Recording in progress.
Confirm and tell me what you see if you can see my screen. Clear, I can say it. Kenechku says yes. Kenechku, is that me in your picture there? It's looking like me. Okay, yes, I can say it. When you lack the passion to get things done, maybe if it has happened to anyone here, that at a certain point you lose the zeal, the passion, call it even the motivation to get things done. I don't know if it has happened to anyone. If it has, comment in the chat room. At some point, you're like, do you think I can still do this? If it has happened to you, comment in the chat room. Those with me here saying that it's happened to them. So, you, okay, yeah. Have you lost the passion to get things done? Have you ever like, man, people like say they should not break, I beg. Because when the tape breaks, another burst of wahala, especially to the full timers who do this business full time. Okay, if it has happened to you, please share with us. Yeah, we're here to learn. Is it not so? Have you ever lacked the passion to get things done? Passion to go and prospect, passion to write a list, passion to show up in the office, passion to make a call. It appears as if your phone has become a landline. It becomes so heavy that you can't carry it, you can't lift it. Has it happened to anyone? Oh, it has happened to some of us. Now, let me tell you what happens when you lose passion to get things done. What you may think you lost is passion, but that's not what you actually lost. When you find yourself struggling to do things you know you can do, things you know that, things you don't even know, when you see yourself losing the passion to give something a shot, what you may not know till this evening is that you didn't actually lose passion. You lost understanding. Hi, this is like emancipation. You didn't lose passion. No, you just lost understanding. We can understand something, but after a while, we lose the meaning of that thing. When you lose the meaning of something, when you look the understanding, when you lose insight on a subject, many things start happening. You won't want to. This is an iPhone. It's an iPhone. Many things this phone can do. Before I bought an iPhone, I was desirous to own an iPhone. It was a status symbol. It was not a phone. It was not because of a phone. No, it was a status symbol. But guess what? As I got an iPhone, used an iPhone, found out that I prefer the camera of my Samsung to that of the iPhone. I'm like, I beg. In fact, sometimes I forget the phone at home self. I lost understanding. That's why I told us the other day that I didn't even know there are many features that iPhone has that Samsung also has. So many. It just the moment you lose sight of the understanding, you lose the ability to do everything. The moment you lose sight of the understanding, you will lose the ability you have within you to do everything. That's what happens in the business. Let me share this example with us for us to understand this. I want us to open our minds so that as I teach your mind, God will touch your heart to get this. If you get this, anytime you feel you lukewarm about doing the activity, you go and ask yourself again, what does this business, why am I even in this business? You just go back and ask yourself, why am I in this business? Because you don't beat yourself up because of the things that happen. No, you just lost sight. Let me give you a first example of what happens when you lose sight of the goal. Let me explain this to you. Do we remember? So for those of us who have read the Bible or are Christians, we remember that story in the Bible when the disciples, the apostles, were in a boat, and all of a sudden they saw Jesus Christ on the water, walking on the water. That's what happened. Peter, that always wants to show that all these are apostles I know persona. I am closer to the master. If it is you, get me to come to you. It is me. Come. What happened? Peter stepped on the water became solid. He stepped again, the water was solid. He was looking at the Savior he was walking towards. All of a sudden, he realized, wait. Oh. I am not walking on water. Oh. I am not walking on stone. Oh. It is on water I'm walking because sea waves coming up and down. He realized that there is turbulence. He realized that he's not walking on solid ground, that he's walking on water. The moment he removed his eyes from the goal, the moment he removed his eyes from the Lord Jesus Christ, what happened? He started sinking. Straight. Now, the question is this, the power that was at work to make Peter to walk on water, was it taken away? The answer was no. 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 He just lost sight. He just lost, at that moment, understanding of who asked him to come. He now understood the challenges around him instead of understanding the person who said, it is me, come. And that's what happens to many of us. You see, that moment you pick your phone to make a call and you be like, let me leave this call. If I call them now, they will be in the office. Let me call them when they have left off. Go back to the roost. You've lost understanding of why you are here. Is somebody getting something? Is somebody getting something? Now look at this. I want you to look at your screen and see what is there. Look at your screen. This is a man who had a rope tied between two skyscrapers. Very tall building, 100-story each, and a rope was tied across it. And guess what? This guy was coming back from work. And they said, for you to get back home or sleep in the office, if you want to go back home, you have to cross this rope to go to your house. If you are not ready to cross this rope to go to your house, go back home and lie down and sleep. Go back to the office and lie down. You will sleep in the office for that day. He closed from work. All exits from the office to his house were closed. The only way to get home was go to the top of the bank building, which is 100 stories above the ground, climb on this rope that is as long as 15 feet long. You have to now cross from that rope to the other side of town and go home. If you are not ready to do it, go back to the office and sleep in the office. So the question is this. If you are this man, will you climb the rope? Yes or no? The only reason why you have to cross this rope is to go back home. There is nothing happening at home. Everybody is, in fact, you call the people at home, everybody is fine. Nothing. They've had dinner. Everybody has finished. And in your office, there is a six-spring bed that you can use to sleep. It's just that in the house, it is your home, you are relaxed. The question is this. If you are this man, will you go back to the office and sleep? Or will you climb this rope that is 100 story above the ground? That if you make, in fact, if you make the mistake of stepping, in fact, they won't pick your pieces on the floor. What will you do? Go home or just sleep in the office just for one day? What would you do? Please, I want to hear from you. I need your comments. What will you do? If you're this man, what will you do? You will sleep. You sleep in the office. You sleep in the office. Eh? Home is home. You climb the rope that any small thing you are dead. Madam, will you allow your husband to climb this rope? Ah. Is it not just for one night? Abby, you will sleep in the office. Which of us will sleep in the office? In fact, let me even, because some of us, the office may be better than the home. Imagine that your office, 100-story building, and the next skyscraper, 100-story building. The only thing that you can use to cross them is a rope. And there is 1,000 naira on the other side of the skyscraper. And you're asked, if you want the 1,000 naira, climb this rope. Climb this rope from here to the other one, and you will get that 1,000 naira. The question is this: will you climb the rope and stand on it and walk on it 100-story above the ground just to get 1,000 naira? No way, it doesn't worth it. No. Why wouldn't you climb? It's just 15 feet now for 1,000 naira. Once you cross over, there's 1,000 waiting for you. Will you climb? Nobody will climb. Nobody is agreeing to climb. Now, let me paint the third scenario. The third scenario is this: that person you love the most is on the other side of the skyscraper, and there is fire burning in the other side of the skyscraper. That person you love the most in your life, you genuinely love, not lip service love. That person you love the most is on the other side of the skyscraper. So the mothers here, your baby that is 6 months old is on the other side of the skyscraper. And you have to cross this rope to go and rescue that baby, or fire will burn the baby. What will you do? Will you climb the rope, or will you watch your baby born? What will you do? Please, I need your comment. Yeah, I'll take the risk. Sharp, sharp. I'll work on it without thinking twice. Let me give us an example. Let me buttress this for us. Growing up, I think I was in primary school. I still remember it because of the shock that came with it. My town is this kind of place that everybody knows everybody. And one night, I think all my siblings were already in school. I was just with Momsi. And one night, this way that in the village, you stay outside till like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you go into the house and all that. So we are like that. And all of a sudden, we saw somebody moving in the compound. Who be that? And once one person shout, another person go shout, another person go shout. Now, the moment somebody shouted in the next compound, okay, Natifo, Natifo. Now the thief was running. Because we had Natifo, everybody also that could not pursue the thief was taking cover. And me, how I go pursue thief from where? So my own way was to take cover. Now, what I am telling you is what I realized I did. Because what made me do it is what I cannot explain. Because after the whole incident happened, I started asking myself, what did you actually do? So the moment they say, Natifo, 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 while parents were rushing out to go and We the children that felt we are smart. Omo, if you see the fence of my house, as small as I was, one one step on the floor, I was on top of the fence. You don't understand. If you know village fence, there are bottles, broken bottles put on it. I said I didn't realize there was, but I didn't remember there was bottle. No, I didn't remember there was bottle. No. Like the next thing was that I thought I was already on the fence. Before mom still was like, "Where are you going?" Down there. Like I was already on top of it. Now, after the incident happened, and everything normalized, after this kind of incident, nobody sleeps again till morning. We'll be telling stories, both those that ran and those that were pursuing and all that. While people were discussing, I was looking at the fence I climbed. I was just looking at the fence was more than twice my height. How I was on top of it without any assistance is what baffles me till date. But guess what? If you ask me, even as an adult, we don't have that anymore. But if you ask me to climb a fence that high, even now, I'll be like, but even if I offended you, why this kind of punishment? Now, what has changed? The fence is still that tall. There were hazardous things on top of the fence that could have harmed me. Why was I so motivated to the point that I didn't even consider all the things that were on top of it and I was already on the fence? Can somebody tell me why? Can somebody tell me why? Why? Survival instinct. Survival instinct. At that point, the only thing in my mind was survive or perish. Survive or perish. If you give me 10,000 naira and say I had said that I won't even try it because there was no way, there was no hyping that would get me on top of it. Let me tell you this. If you keep, if you maintain the right emotional triggers, you can never lose passion about the things you want to do. No, you can never. You can take a break because you're human, but you can never lose passion about what you're doing. No, you will never fall. You never be cut short. You never fall short of the right emotional triggers. My emotional trigger at that point was pure survival coming from within. I didn't need anybody to. It was like, is it that I climbed this thing and ran away from here, or I ran away from here? Joining it with this man who made up his mind, even with the suit, he came back. That he said, I have to go over there and rescue this child. At that point, the dangers were still the same, but he had a clear understanding of why he was doing what he wanted to do. Let me tell you this. When you have a clear understanding why you are doing this business, you will always want to talk to people about the business. You will always want to invite people to the business. We say we understand, but no, many of us know, but we don't understand. There is a big difference between knowing and understanding. There is a difference between knowledge and what you have understood. Let me tell you this. What you have understood is what you do. What you know you may not do. But what you have understood is a part of you, you just do it. If you many of us are triggered to do activities in this business by several things. Some of us are triggered by positive triggers. What are the positive triggers? Desires. I want to drive a Benz. I want to go on vacation. Abby? I want to have income. I want to build a house for my mother. These are wonderful, Abby. Some of us also is the hope of reward. If you make 200,000, I'm going to give you this. If you make this, you are going to be, if you become a kingsman, you're going to be celebrated on stage. If you do this, let me tell you this. These are wonderful. But let me tell you, when the ships are down, positive triggers don't get you to do what you should do. You could tell yourself, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. My mother has been living in the house she has been living. Rain is not beating her. I won't come and kill myself again. I can't be taking this insult because I want to drive a new car. I beg, beg. Oh, look, you don't do. And that's what happens to some of us. I beg, I beg. Somebody will not. How can this small boy be waiting for me to greet him because I am doing this business? I beg, I beg, I beg. Hope of reward. I won't be celebrated on stage. I'm not a witch or a wizard. I will at least clap for those that are celebrated. Positive trigger. Cross over that rope and get 1,000. 1,000 will help you do something. 10,000 will help you, but I beg, let the 10,000 remain. Positive triggers. Some of us also are pushed to action, are fueled to action by negative triggers like fear. Fear of loss, fear that you will be left behind, fear that other people will go and succeed without you, fear that tomorrow people will blame you that you spoiled this business and you didn't make the best out of it. Another negative trigger could be threats. If you don't make that call, I won't do anything with you again. If you don't do this, if you don't do this, this will happen. Now, let me tell you what I've noticed about negative triggers. If this fuels you to do the activities in the business, listen to this. You will, if you are not careful, hate the person or the circumstances that put these triggers on you. If somebody threatens you, will you like the person? If somebody makes you like that scenario that made me afraid, if I had my way and caught that thief, don't you what do you think I'll do to the person? But you find in the corporate world, this is a wonderful way to get employees to do what they should do. If you want, don't meet your target, what will happen? You won't be promoted. They will tell you. Some of us also are fueled by extrinsic triggers. They come from outside. Within ourselves, we don't have we don't have enough muscles to get ourselves to do what we should do. We are waiting for someone to tell us, do this and I will give you so amount of money. Do this and I will recognize you. Do this and I will get you this. Or threaten us. If you don't do this, don't come to my office again. If you don't get the bootcamp ticket, don't come to my office. These are external triggers. Let me tell you, they are not bad. But guess what? If that person stops being there, if the person stops being there to enforce it, what happens? You lose passion for making calls. You lose passion for following up. You lose it. And there are the intrinsic triggers. These are triggers that have formed inspirations. These are triggers that are formed out of the desire for the success that you have understood is possible from the business. It comes from within. You're not waiting for somebody to motivate you. It has become a thing you have chosen rather than something that is being said. You do it out of fear of failing yourself. Do you know the biggest fear you can instill on yourself is the fear of failing yourself? I can't fail me. The person who is motivated by the fear of failing himself is a super individual. That person knows that he or she is destined for success and he cannot fail himself. That person wakes up, is having headache, but he tells you, I have made up my mind. It's either I get 20 confirmed bookings today or nothing. Intrinsic triggers. Let me tell you why you have to intrinsically fuel yourself, fuel the passion necessary to create some success in this business. Let me tell you why. There are things that used to happen when we were small and we didn't understand it because it happened to our parents, not us. As we grew older and have become parents, we have taken the position that our parents have taken. Listen to this. Listen to this. Nigeria as we used to know it, Nigeria as we used to know it was better for our parents than it is for us now. A sad reality. Before now, like when I joined the bank about 20 years ago, if your monthly income was 100,000 naira a month, you were balling. True of us. 20 years ago, if you had a monthly income of 100,000, were you doing well or not? You were doing well. Oh no, you are balling. You are balling big time. But let me show you something that may shock you. In Nigeria of today, number one, only 2.4% of Nigerians earn above 200K. Wait, oh, don't rejoice yet. More than 50% of Nigerians earn less than 100K. But that's not the shock, that's not the frightening part. The frightening part is this. If you earn less than 200K currently in Nigeria, unlike 20 years ago, that you were okay, middle class, you are a low income earner. In fact, let me tell you, saying low income earner is is a phrase or a clause that is used to patronize the real name. I am going to tell you the real name of low income earners. And I'm going to say this because I know everybody here is a mature 21st century CEO. The real name for low income earners are poor people. If you are earning, this what I'm telling you is current November statistics. If you are earning less than 2 million naira in a year, that is about 150K per month. In Nigeria today, you are poor. Oh. See, when you wake up in the morning and your income falls between this bracket and you're doing this business, no, you will be looking for your phone to start calling while you are bathing. You don't understand. If you understand that what made your parent middle income has made you poor, you'll be restless. It is not just that this is the figure, more than 90% of Nigerians are here. And this says a lot. Why some of us who are looking for consolation from our family and friends to do this business are not getting it because 90% of the people surrounding them are here. So what will they tell you that will take you out of here? If you have the understanding of the implication of this, I was driving the other day with someone in my car, and we saw a Picanto. How many of us know Kia Picanto? When Kia Picanto came out less than 15 years ago, Kia Picanto was sold at 999,990, less than 1 million naira. I want somebody to quickly go to Gigi and check the price of Kia Picanto as we speak. Somebody quickly go to gigi.com.ng and check the price of Kia Picanto. What I'm telling you is the brand new Tia leather. I remember I was like, when I was about to take my car loan to buy my first car, I was like, no, how will I buy a car that is less than 1 million naira? Brand new Kia Picanto was 999,990 naira. Go and check the price of Kia Picanto now. Picanto. Kia Picanto. Go and check the price of that car currently. Go and check the price. Foreign used Kia Picanto currently is 4 million naira. Foreign used, not brand new, not Tia leather. Somebody get see. 7 million only there. So when you have an income of less than 2 million in a year, and you're not taking this business serious, you are losing passion. It's because you don't understand where the economy has put that your income. If you have the understanding, you will cross the road. No, you will trust. When somebody tells you, and let me think about it, say, come and let's think about it now. Because there is fire on the mountain. No, 150K. How much is a bag of rice? How much is a bag of beans? No, how much is a bag of rice? Tell me how you can ever. Somebody was asking, what car can she buy with 300,000 income? And the guy reviews cars was like, people should help me because I don't know what to suggest to her that she can even buy and maintain. Low income earner. Somebody may be earning more than 150. And let me tell you, if you are in this business as a full timer and you are making less than 2 million in a year, less than 150K, you need to sit up. No, you just need to start your business. Because having this understanding tells you the most shocking, the thing that is even makes me more concerned is this. Less than 20 years ago, 150K made you a big guy. Less than 20 years after, 150K puts you in poverty category. What do you think will happen 10 years from today? Do you think the cost of a bag of rice will come down to 5K? I'm asking you. No, it will not. Do you think spaghetti will come down from 1.2 to 150? No, it will not. I'm telling you. It will not. So you have this opportunity right in your hands. The only thing that is changing is the reason why you do the business. The only thing that is changing is your understanding of why you are doing what you have to do. The question becomes, will you go do what you have to do? Yes or no? On top of the lower class earners are the middle class. Let's talk about this middle class. There's the lower middle class. Who are the lower middle class? You earn between 2 million and 7 million in a year. That's between 160K and 600K. If you earn between these two brackets, you're a part-timer and you're not taking this business seriously. so that you can push yourself up. You are playing with a gold mine you have in your hands. You lack understanding of what is going on in the economy. Is it a surprise why you collect the 600K? Only after 10 days of collecting it, what is left with you is less than 100K. And you're asking yourself, who took my money? Nobody took it. You are in this business a full timer, and you make between 160K and 600K. And you're like, you now get an office and you sit down. You sit down in the office and you're waiting for them to bring prospects for you to show them the business. Keep playing. Keep playing. The economy has put your income into the lower middle class. Straight. Straight. There is also now the middle class. The middle class are those who earn between 7 million and 15 million in a year. That's an average of 600,000 to 1,255,000 in a month. 255, yeah, 1,255,000. If you are doing this and you feel you have landed, you have not begun. No. Go and check that income you earn. How much of it comes without your physical presence? If more than 60% of it does not come without your interference, there is something you need to do, which is to go back to the drawing board and build your business. If more than 60% of that income cannot come without you doing anything, you need to go and read. You need to go and sit down and get back to work. You need to go back to work. It is not me that is making it happen. It is the economy that is forcing us to go back to the table. We are getting to the end of the month, end of the year. It's time we call the spade a spade. How much is a room and a parlor in Abuja? Do we understand what we are talking about? How much is a room and parlor in Lugbe? How much is a room and parlor in Kukwa? How much is a room and parlor in Maraba? Go and ask. Go and ask. Go and find out. You see that relaxing. This is not a time to relax. This is not a time to relax. Let me tell you what I've also discovered. Some people have discovered what I am showing you. They are in the lower class. They are in the middle or lower middle class. They are looking for what is working that they can do to get out of there. But it is only somebody in the field that can see the person who has come to farm. If you're in the house, you won't know who is in the field. And now, there are the high income earners. These are people who earn between 40 million to 70 million in a year, between 3.3 and 5.8 million. Now, let me tell you the news here. The number of people who do this is less than 5% of Nigerians. Shocking, Abby. Less than 5%. Less than 5%. Less than 5%. So the question you should be asking yourself right now is this: how do I move away? Because after the high income earner, there is another category, the wealthy. These are people who make in excess of 70 million consistently every year. They have things that are working for them that more than 80, 90% of that 70 million come without them doing anything. They've created a structure, a system that makes it happen. And these people that are in the wealthy category occupy only about 2.4% of Nigerians. So the question now becomes, how do you move from whatever category you are to the 2.4%? Because that percentage is not so wide, it means that there are certain things a lot of people are not willing to do that those people are willing to do. The people moving to the 2.4% of the wealthy are those who are ready to make a call when others are not ready to make a call. They're the people who are ready to speak to strangers when people are shy, scared, or don't want to talk to strangers. These are the people who make sure that they follow the things that they have been shown that can create success in our business. They follow it, they do it exactly as they should do because they know the consequences of not doing it. They know that the next 5 years, the next 10 years will not be easier than the past 10. They know it will be tougher. They know. They know. You're expecting dollar to come down to 500. Continue waiting. No, continue waiting. If you want, don't do anything. Pray for the whole throughout December and expect that 2025 will change. Continue praying. There are certain things you do, certain disciplines. See, let me tell you what discipline is. Discipline is doing what you should do today to escape the suffering of tomorrow. That's what discipline is. All the 21st century CEOs we know in Nigeria and Africa, people who have learned how to discipline themselves. Do you think that Davido sang all the songs he has? No, he did not sing all of them. No, he did not. He has even said it now. Of course, all of them don't. Some of them do, but not all. But when he is out there to produce a song, he said it in one of it. He said, despite the fact that my father is a billionaire, I will sleep with my producer on a couch for days. Discipline, sacrificing the pleasure of today for the glory of tomorrow. You have to learn to discipline your excuses. Look at all the people we call the nouveau rich of today, the self-made billionaires and millionaires of our time, people who have grown wealth in emerging industries. They learned how to maximize their social capital, but it didn't come without discipline. They never lost focus of why they are doing what they are doing. They were willing to stand out. They were willing to be rejected by all. They were willing. But many of us, the moment we face rejection, we tell ourselves, I'm not sure this is for me. Instead of using that rejection as a confirmation that you're doing the right thing. You know, somebody keyed into the business after my presentation, and while he was telling his story to his friends that attended, he said, on the day I made payment, I tried to pay here, it didn't go. I tried to pay here, it didn't go. I tried to pay here, it didn't go. And here, it didn't go. Somebody would have taken that. It is God telling me that I should not do this business. No, it is confirmation from heaven. No, that's what somebody will say. You want to go and prospect. As you're about stepping out, your shoe will cut. God said I should not prospect today. Is God talking to me? Without knowing, you are being tested to know whether you are ready to grab the wings for that day. Oh, that man eventually paid. In fact, they had to transfer to somebody's account. Eventually paid. Guess what? In 1 week, he made 400,000. In 1 week, he made 400,000. 1 week. He made 400,000. Nature was testing him to know whether he's ready. Let me tell you, what characteristics of successful people who go to the 2% are people who know how to discipline their excuses. The sun is too hot. That's when you should go out. See, before you create wealth, before you create wealth, Before you become wealthy, wealth will test you. How it will shake you. Are you ready? No, it will shake you. It will shake you. Many of us want to have the things that people around us don't have, but we want to keep doing what the people around us are doing. You won't. You will simply have what they have. That's it. So, are you ready to be triggered, to be fueled, to be moved by your desire to create success? Are you ready to be moved by the fear of not succeeding, the fear of not failing, of the fear of failing yourself? Let me tell you, you need to move yourself to the 2%. Because very soon, you see what is left of the middle class, it will go into poverty as well. I'm telling you. Fuel is 1,000, 1,000 what? 1,100, 1,200 in some places, Abby. Okay. Share when it was 417 or we were complaining. Has it come down? I saw a message from our president. He said, buy fuel at 1,200 or convert to CNG. To convert to CNG, I learned it's an average of 700,000 there. Person will not get money for 1,000 fuel. Now 700K he gets to convert to CNG. So let me tell you, you have to sit yourself down today and tell yourself, this is the category where I am. And this definition of me is not who I am. For some of us who refuse to do something about it, good luck. But for you who decide, this is me, this cannot be me, this is not me, I cannot be addressed as the poor of the society. No, it's not me. Somebody has to rise up in your generation to change the narrative. Somebody, if you decide to be the person, God can use you. If you decide that is not you, somebody will raise another, God will raise another person, even the least expected person. He will raise it. He will raise the person. But let me tell you, you have a chance to live out your mark. You have a chance to discipline your disappointments. You have a chance to tell yourself, this is my time and I'm going to make it happen. This is my time. I've come to realize that at every point, when you see people, they tell you, I don't have a choice. I say, no, it's because you refuse to explore the alternatives. There is always a choice. It's just that the other alternative may not be palatable. It may not be. It may not be. Maybe in very extreme situations that there may not be any alternative left to you. But you have this business. Why not give it your best shot? Why do you have to wait for someone to push you, to remind you of what you have to do? Why do you have to be motivated for you to do what you have to do? No, why? Have you not come of age? Have you not grown to the point that the desires you have for the success you want to create is stronger than any demotivation? That the fear of failing yourself. Let me ask you, with what you're doing today, I want you to comment your answer in the chat room. With what you're doing today, with what you have done today, what kind of future do you see for yourself in the next 10 years in Nigeria? With the income you have made today, what kind of future do you see? Let me tell us what we don't know. Our inflation rate is currently at 47%. That means if it does increase by the same 47% in 2025, it means You see, fuel that is one fuel will become 2,500. That's what it will become. It's the mathematics. There is no hard and fast rule. It's not a cost. It's not. These things are natural laws that God put in place. So ask yourself, sit down and tell yourself, if I continue like this, where will I see myself in the next 1 year? If I just continue like this, if I just continue like this, where will I see myself in the next 1 year? The good news is this. The good news is this. Today is early. Today is still time enough to make a difference. Today is still early for that mind who says, you know what? Enough is enough. What is stopping me from making 1 million naira every month in this business? What is stopping me? No, what is stopping me? Is there anybody that has signed up in this business, connected someone into the business, and the company refused to pay him or her? Never in almost my 2 years of doing the business. Nobody, no single soul. So the reason why I am not having the successes I want is because I have not done things I should do. If you do them, the results will show. And I am saying this because I know some people here will take this message, take it to heart, and today will be their turnaround point. I pray that person is you. To that person who today is their turnaround point, listen to this. As you begin to make income, become wise with what you do about your income. Become wise. Become very wise. Very wise. Many of us, the moment we start making income, what we do immediately is to increase our expenses as well. You used to buy things in Gariki markets. Now your income has moved from 150K to 200K in a month. You start going to Sahad stores. Are you normal? I'm asking you, are you normal? You are not. You should not do that. You should not do that. If you increase your expenses as your income has increased, how will you have the differential that you have increased your income? How? Maintain your level, your current level, maintain it. So that that income you're making, you can be putting it aside into your investment account. Before you know it is 1 million, before you know it is 3 million, before you know it, you can use it to do something that doesn't disturb your business, that can give you more income. Is that income from there that you can, that secondary income you can now flex with? When people are buying iPhone, new iPhone 15, you tell them, no, now this one is still working. I can still take photo pose now. Let me show you. Yes, you're not moved by what people have because you know where you're going to. You are interested in your tomorrow. You are interested. Many people, they encash money. They don't even have money to make calls anymore. Huh? Why would you do that? You encash, you connected someone, they paid you 150K. You collect the 150K. Some people will even, in fact, before the encoding is done, some people are already flexing the money. They borrow, they are flexing. They paid 60K advance for the next human hair. They've paid new shoe. They've given 20K salary distance to their girlfriend. They are broke already before the encashment drops. How will you move into the worldly category? No, tell me how. How will you? You make money, but you don't see it. Let today be your turnaround time, turnaround point. Let it be today. Let it be today. Let it be today. It's a decision. It's a decision that your desire to be free, your desire to be free will push you that you will invest in your business. You will invest in your business. Many of us don't invest in our businesses. All the income you make, you don't put back into the thing that gives you the money. How? How? Those who understand that they have to invest in their business for them to grow are the people who pay attention to personal development. The boot camp is coming, the 3 days boot camp. Those are the people who have already bought their ticket and for their teammates, they've already done it. Have you bought yours? How many people in your team have bought theirs? How many? And you want to create what? Let today be the day that you make up your mind that this is who you're going to become. Let today be the day that you tell yourself, enough is enough. I cannot be addressed as this category because this is not who I am. This is